Cool. I think everything's gonna work this time. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, we'll find out. They'll yell at me if it's messed up. Um, Sorry, reading all the stuff. Anyway, I'm Rick. I am the dungeon master or game master, whatever I am, for the Hammer of the Gods podcast. Also the host of this show, and we have a guest today. I always get the direction wrong. Why don't you tell us who you are, where we find you, all that kind of fun stuff.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Jessica. I go by ISneeZStars online or DN Denial, which is my own Twitch/TTRPG kind of brand where we also play fun games. That went well. I think that went well.
I get it. Yeah, apparently there's bad echo again, and I do not know how to fix that because that continues to be a problem.
Do you have headphones in?
I did, but that was what was cutting out. So we're just gonna do the best we can.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, sometimes it's an issue, sometimes it's not. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully that all is resolved. I don't know. We'll find out. Artemis, let me know, please. But I'm gonna move on and pretend like everything's fine, because everything's fine. So we've got some announcements before we get started. First announcement, as always, our sponsor is Canadian Dice. Go over to canadiandice.ca and use the code THEVACTAIR, all one word, for 10% off your order. Maggie's dice pick of the week is the Gemini set. I don't know if it's come across our little ads down below yet, but it will. So just keep an eye out for that. Second announcement is the merch store, where you can get great shirts. I'm actually wearing mine today, like the Half Orc Energy, the Vac Blob. You can go over to tinyurl.com/vacmerch and pick that up. And the third announcement, a ton of stuff coming up this week. So tonight, Affy and Artemis over on DM Jeremy's channel for the Heroes for CF fundraiser to raise money for cystic fibrosis. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, the Golden Skies one-shot, DM Maggie will be here on the Vactair. And then in the evening, over on DM Jeremy's channel, Affy and Artemis are in Legacy of Fire, as per always, at 7:30 Eastern. Back here on Monday at 8:30 for Mistwalkers. Tuesday is session 0 of our, I know that there's a pronunciation guide somewhere. I'm going to fuck it up, so I'm just not going to say it, but I'm in it. So eventually I'll learn how to say it. But that's with DM Emily from Corvées Miniatures, and that's at 8:30 Eastern. Thursday is a Song of Crystal and Shadow with DM Sophia. Yeah, a whole lot of stuff. That's a lot of words. I'm gonna stop talking now though, and oh, cool. I don't know. Anyway, I'm reading the chat.
Do you have your noise suppression on?
Maybe. Let me see. Where do I find that?
Where on Discord you see where it says your video connected with those that green there?
Yes.
Right next to that and the disconnect, there's like a noise suppression thing there.
Okay. Let me see. It says it's on.
Okay.
I don't know. Artemis says it's good now. We'll see. And I'll get yelled at if it's not, so we'll figure it out. Anyway, okay, cool. It apparently stopped echoing. I don't know. Everything's fine. So I'm gonna have you roll for our first roll of the day.
Okay. It's a 5.
A 5. All right. Oh no. Now it's not one to open my thing. So what we start off with usually is kind of our interplanetary travel as we're going from our space station where we kind of hang out in between missions and whatnot to our first planet that we go and explore. 5, I believe. I'm trying to remember while I'm getting it pulled up. One second.
Here, don't worry.
Oh yeah. 5 is you share a meal together. So tell us what this meal is like. And yeah. Let's see.
Well, one of Astrid's favorite foods for breakfast is it's actually not breakfast, it's a dessert. And what she does is she goes and gets from, the cafeteria or whatnot, these 2 bowls of what look like ice crystals in your cup and hands you one. It's got a spoon.
Okay. What
and
like?
Well, when you dip into it, it's actually very soft, and you put it in your mouth and it's frozen, and it's sort of like ice cream, except it tastes like your happiest memory.
That's cool. I definitely like that. What a way to start. Yeah, and
She eats it every morning.
And one of the things that it says on that particular roll is what's the worst part, what's the best part. So, I mean, obviously the best part is it's your happiest memory. What's the worst part? It doesn't have to be like a bad thing necessarily.
The worst part is if you eat it too quickly, you will get a brain freeze. And that's actually that you'll just remember something that makes you go, oh God, why did I do that?
So, normal everyday stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So I'll also have you roll real quick because I have misplaced my dice. And we will see how many cards we draw on our first planet.
1.
It's a very small planet.
So tiny. It's a dwarf planet. It's really small.
Totally fine. All right, so on our first and only card for this planet, I got a 5 on my dice roll.
They can't hear you.
Weird. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know, man. Today's been a ball of chaos as per usual, but more. Anyway, I got a 5 on my dice roll for our first and only card on this planet. And our card, we got the 4 of diamonds. So diamonds are living beings, and a 4. Let's see. 4 is in a steep canyon. So.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's an interesting card to get on our first and only for this planet. Which, to be fair, it does say in the rules you don't have to just stop whenever you run out of cards. You can continue on that planet and explore more, but this is just all we find kind of off the bat. And for our dice roll, because I got a 5, it means that we come upon this while we are resting. So we're just kind of hanging out, land the ship. Not a whole lot's going on. It seems like, well, maybe this isn't that exciting. And I would say
you have to make your own excitement.
Exactly. I would say we probably landed somewhere near like a big canyon, and down at the bottom, Breckett's just like, I see something down there. Pulls out his binoculars and is looking at it, is like, you know what? this plan it's not even that great. Let's just go. Because he spots an amoeba, and he's not having it.
He thinks. She looks down again. Yeah, all right, fine.
Just trust me. It's not even that great. I promise.
Okay. I'm here to explore the universe anyway.
Exactly.
We'll get back on the ship.
If you would roll for our next planet, we'll see how many cards we get there. And then I rolled for that one. I'll let you roll for our first card on this planet.
1.
We've got the 9 of hearts this time. So hearts are ruins. And I believe I even remember what the 9 is, maybe, but I'm going to double check it because there's a lot to remember. Yeah, 9 is deep underground. So it gives some examples. And So hearts are ruins, it says. The examples it gives are mysterious obelisks, vine-covered temples, abandoned dwellings for people bigger than you, a wrecked spaceship, etc. So you don't have to go with any of those. Those are just kind of their prompts.
We discover this planet. We stumble. I can't tell if you're still talking.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Okay, sorry. I looked at the Twitch and I was like, oh, wait, there's a delay because I'm kind of dumb sometimes.
I get it.
As we are just like going about our business, we discover like a cave where there's kind of like a bunch of vines that are hanging down, almost like curtains, and have been pulled to one side. Some of them have fallen down, some of them have. So like there's like only one half of the curtain up there.
Okay.
And when we go through, we discover a massive city that's been, broken down. Obviously, it's ruins, but it's all for tiny, tiny, tiny people.
Yeah, seeing this, Breckett's like, I've seen this before. It's very similar architecture. I think we might find some of our pollen friends. They're like these really tiny people. Well, they start out really tiny, and they look like they're made out of pollen. And as they like mature, they kind of glob together and make a really big creature. So
nice creature.
Yeah, I mean they've not been like aggressive so far.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, we'll see if we find any. I mean, they may have abandoned this place and moved on somewhere else.
We continue to look through.
Yeah, and one thing that we didn't do on that first one because Breckett was just like, you know what, let's go. Is I can then roll, or whoever doesn't get the discovery can roll an examination, which Breckett is going to do. So,
ooh, okay.
I got a 3, which means I add a detail I notice about the feature. And yeah, I'm going to say that it seems like this city might have been abandoned. Like, as we kind of look around, we see everything's really dusty. And yeah, Artemis, the pollen people are very good dancers. That's how they communicate, actually, is through basically like interpretive dance. They don't communicate verbally. But yeah,
so I mean, this.
They're very...
Interpretive dance was my major in school.
Oh, see? Perfect. It's a great thing we've got you along then. Yeah, they would not let it get this dusty, though. So I think that's a pretty good sign that they probably have moved on somewhere else.
Do we continue through here, or would you like to try and find them?
Well, I think we'll as we continue our search, we'll uncover some further evidence, especially since like each different card can take you to a different like biome, basically, potentially. So let me roll for our next discovery. So I got a 2, which I know means that this is going to be an arduous journey to get to. And I got the 7 of hearts. Last time we had all spades and clubs, pretty much. This time so far we're getting all of the red cards. So 7 is near a volcano. And of course hearts are still ruins. So I'm going to say that we kind of continue through this cave system, and we find it seems like it's a newer set of buildings, but also similarly abandoned. Maybe they had kind of moved out of the cave closer to this volcano, but they've also left the city behind.
Never move closer to the volcano.
It's warmer though. I mean, it's pretty nice.
Do we think that maybe it might have been gonna go off, and that's why it's abandoned?
Breckett's kind of like looking up at the volcano. Like it's not doing too much right now. I think we're probably fine. I think maybe something else happened.
Okay, I just want you to know that if it goes off, I will throw you behind me to run faster.
If you want to roll for your examination, we'll see what we find out.
It's a 1.
A 1. Okay. Oh, that means Artemis has to draw it. Sorry, Artemis.
Oh, what I see.
Well, so on a 1 or 2, it means that you draw the feature.
Yeah.
So Artemis will just have to draw it. You can, add more detail to it.
No, it's okay. I'll let her figure it out.
Leave it up to her artistic interpretation.
No, I'm totally telling you the feature. What you find there. You find there are actually, once we start going around the volcano, down one side, there are these footprints that have been burned into the lava, or burned into the ground, and they're walking out of the volcano and going ahead of us.
Oh, interesting. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Blah, blah, blah.
I mean, not the first weird thing that I've seen by far, but yeah, not a fan at all.
Could be a great adventure. Where's your sense of adventure, man?
Those are very famous last words for sure.
Nonsense. I've said them multiple times and I'm still here.
Yeah.
Until proven otherwise, I live forever.
Okay. Well, we'll see how that goes for us. And if you want to roll for our next discovery, we'll draw our next card.
6.
Okay. 6 does a thing. 6 means once again night crew strikes as we are resting. So this discovery, we are just kind of hanging out, and we've got the 6 of spades this time. So mixing it up a little bit. Spades are natural phenomena, which it gives examples of huge crystal formations, mirages, vividly colored lightning, strange clouds, rocks eroded in strange shapes, veins of precious metals, etc. And 6 is on the snowy peak of a mountain. So we do a lot of traveling. We're not anywhere near where we started.
All right. Okay, so we've made it out of the caves, and we're like on the outside of the caves on a snowy mountain.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And what we walk out onto is actually a clear crystal ledge so that you could like look down and see below you.
Okay. Interesting. I'm going to roll my examination because I'm curious. So I got a 6, which means I get to describe how this feature changes in some way. And I'm going to say, as we like step out onto it, like the warmth, even though, we're wearing like spacesuits, the atmosphere seems breathable enough, so we don't have our helmets like on because that just gets kind of stifling after a while. Breathing that same recycled air, just not so much fun. But kind of as we go out there, even with like our boots and things on, our body heat still radiates a little bit, and like the heat from our feet, you can see that it changes from like this like quartz looking kind of see-through to almost like a rose quartz, like the pink kind of radiates out, and it just like spreads out in waves.
In waves? Ooh. Astrid fully gets down and sits down to see what happens when it gets bigger.
Oh yeah. I feel like as you set down, like it just makes this really extra, like our feet aren't that big, but somebody sitting down on it is a much larger size, no matter whether you're a big or small person. It's a lot bigger than a foot. So sitting down, it just like makes this extra wide band. And so like Breckett lays down and it makes an even wider band.
I kind of love this. And she is like just rolling to make it go around for a little bit.
Yeah, it is just like all kinds of random way. Like it's just doing whatever it wants now. And it seems like as we do this, it goes from like pink to almost like a light red.
Astrid will look at Breckett and be like, do you think if we do more, it'll change to a different color?
I think that checks out, yeah.
Oh my god! And she's just like on her stomach doing little like crystal angels.
Amazing. Yeah, as we do this more, like we can feel that the crystal is getting warmer. We're on this snowy mountain, right? So it doesn't take a whole lot to warm it up. But as it gets warmer, it turns into like a more crimson red. And then like as we just continue goofing off, eventually Breckett radios back to the ship, especially because we have like this little drone that follows us around because Artemis's character Rory likes to just creep and watch us from the ship, like you do,
As
and
you do.
Breckett's just like, hey Rory, can you send Reggie out here? And Reggie is our little dinosaur. Yeah. So he comes out, and Reggie is not very warm. He's very cold to the touch, made out of diamonds. And yeah, somebody has to babysit Artemis, I guess. So Reggie coming out there, we see these smaller, like multiple little waves, and it's bands of blue.
First of all, I scritched the dinosaur. But also, oh, so cute. Do we think if we put like different objects on, or like does it have to be just living beings?
I would say probably like Breckett's probably like sit down his binoculars, and they didn't seem to really do anything. And yeah, it seems like it's mostly living creatures, and because we have adopted a whole lot of creatures, Breckett's just like, you know what, just bring the ship over and open the hatch. We're gonna see what happens. And so like these 10 little unicorns come out from last time, and they are all telepathic, and they all sing different really obnoxious like Care Bear type songs, really high pitched. And they have like no control over it. So I mean, it's just super loud, 10 different songs, all really high pitched and obnoxious.
This is the song that never ends.
That's yes, one of them. That's for sure. So we've got them, and I know we've got our creepy penguin guy with his like vertical mouth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's cute until he opens his mouth, you know. I'm trying to remember. I know that we've adopted some other creatures, but those are the main ones that I remember. But either way, that's 12 animals and 2 people, all just kind of playing on this crystal platform. And it's all kinds of different colors because they all have like different amounts of body heat, different like types of organic matter. Yeah, so it's just like a rainbow of colors. Especially
I love every one of it.
The unicorns really, they bring the rainbow.
This is the best moment of Astrid's life, and she's having a great time.
I mean, that checks out. This is pretty fantastic.
This is the best. Yeah, this is great.
Eventually, as you know, we let the critters play and whatnot. Breckett's like, okay, well, we've done a lot of science here. Maybe we should do some more science somewhere else, though. You know, maybe there'll be even cooler science.
All right, let's go back on the ship, guys. Back on the ship.
Except for Reggie. Reggie has to go with us for legal reasons, you know.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was going to say. I think we will need him. And she picks up Reggie.
Reggie loves being carried because he is baby.
Yeah. He's getting kisses.
All right. So our next discovery, I got a 4. So we come upon this suddenly. And we're not mixing it up too much because we've got the 9 of spades. So 9, we're going back underground, and spades again are natural phenomena. So I'm going to say as we kind of make our way back to the ship, we're kind of retracing our steps, we get a little bit lost, and we find this other branch of the tunnel, and it is just full of enormous crystals. And Reggie is just like nomming on them as we go. He's just like biting off little bits here and there. So you see like these giant pillars of differently colored crystals, and they'll just have like one random bite out of them.
At some point, Astrid will stop and like, I'm sure there's like some like crumble on the floor that she can pick up to bring with her for him.
Of course,
she does.
Of course. Yeah.
She's picking up random bits of whatever, like smaller bits to bring with her for him. So he can eat them on that ship.
Of course. I mean, you know, he's got to eat something, right? He's a grown boy.
Makes sense.
Because he totally doesn't eat every game that we try to play or anything like that.
He needs. Oh, okay. She just stops and full on like starts pickaxing at some of them and takes the whole like just a bag full. He's a growing boy.
That checks out. You know, I'll allow it, Astrid. It's fine. Do you want to roll an examination and see what we get?
Hi.
Okay. You get to tell us how these crystals change in some way.
Ooh. Okay. Honestly, they're very similar to the crystal that we were just standing on. So anytime that I touch one and break it off, it turns pink.
Okay.
And then as that's happening, you can see a whole bunch of like little almost snowflake sort of designs begin to appear inside of them.
Interesting. You see Breckett's got his tablet out and he's just like filming this. He's like, oh, yeah, just like, don't mind me. It's fine.
No. It's perfect. And then I'm like, wait, you have to film the most important part. And I give it to Reggie.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And I've got it like zoomed in. It's already in his face. Like the camera's in his face, but it's zoomed in super far.
And he munches.
Because he's the best boy.
He is the best boy, and I love him.
Well, that was our last card for this planet. We can continue on. We can draw another set of cards on this planet, or we can move on to a different one.
I'm ready to try a new planet.
Excellent.
Should I roll?
Yeah, actually, if you don't mind. Sorry, I was reading Artemis's comment that Rory's watching from the cockpit and buying new video editing software for Space TikTok.
Ooh.
You know.
3.
Okay, so 3, as we're traveling between planets, would be something. Oh, yeah, Reggie's favorite part. So you get to make up a game as we are traveling in a long stretch of empty space. What are the rules and who wins?
First of all, Reggie wins.
There's a whole episode called Reggie Always Wins.
Reggie always wins. He's the best boy. And the game is, I took a specific amount of those crystals, like it was like a nice long square. What I've done in our spare time is just cut them up into sort of like little, very like thin chips, right?
Okay.
And the game that we are playing is Reggie's a little goaltender. And we have to slide the pucks past him.
Okay.
Into the goal. And if we do, he doesn't get to eat that one.
I mean, I feel like he doesn't get to eat it because the unicorns eat it.
Yeah, they eat it first. But the ones that he stops, he immediately stops and eats. Because Reggie is best boy.
Yeah. I mean, that 100% tracks.
We are playing with the animals.
Like you do. So,
you do.
Once again, so I rolled for our next planet. I got a 1. So we've got 1 card on the next planet.
Okay.
If you would like to roll for our discovery, we'll see what we got.
1.
Okay. So we're going to have to work hard to get to this. That means it's an arduous task. We've got the Jack of Diamonds. So Jack is one we don't get very often. Diamonds, though, are living beings. It gives examples of people like or unlike you. Fish, dinosaurs, wolves, birds, giant insects, etc. I already know that Chad is going to say it should be an amoeba, because they always say, because Breckett does not like amoebas, because he's got some trauma. And Jack is in the desert.
Ooh. Okay. Well, we can land in the desert.
Yeah. But we still have to work pretty hard to get to whatever we find. So what kind of living creature do we find in the desert?
We find something humanoid.
Okay.
We find they have red skin and they are thin and with very like big long feet, so like, you know, they could walk on the desert easily, because, you know, sand, you have to like, you sink into it, whatnot. And they have just 3 fingers.
Okay, that's interesting.
And small eyes.
Astrid, have you been doing this for very long, or are you a newer ranger? I always forget to ask.
I've been out a while. Well, a couple of years.
So I've never seen these creatures. Have you?
No. Normally I just find those caves and such.
I'm gonna roll my investigation and see. Ooh. R.I.P. Artemis, you gotta draw these creatures. I don't make the rules. But next week, we can complain to the person who did make these rules. So, even though it is, the drawing examination, I'm going to say that like we kind of observe them from a distance, but they start to come over, and we have a babblefish that translates everything, that just like sets in our ears, and it takes a minute. At first, it seems like random to us. We can't quite figure it out, but eventually the babblefish catches up, and they start to kind of like introduce themselves, ask who we are, where we came from.
Who are they? Well, I'm Astrid Nova, space explorer extraordinaire. I look at Breckett.
Yeah, I'm Breckett. And that's all he says.
Also a space explorer extraordinaire. And who might you be?
Great question. You're the one who discovered them, so you tell us.
Let's see. I'm thinking. They are actually a team of explorers from a different planet and have come here from the other side of like the desert.
Artemis, write that down. Because, I can't keep track of anything ever.
They're called Finnegans.
Okay.
And they also come from a deserty planet.
Makes sense. We come from... And he just, like, points up in the sky, like, just kind of out there,
And they're like, yeah, us too, bro.
Listen, Breckett is not a smart man, okay?
That does not instill me with faith. You are in space, sir. We need you to be smart.
No, that's not important for science. He's just here to take pictures and adopt animals.
And at some point, she shows them Reggie, and they all immediately fall in love with Reggie and leave him.
That's the rules. I mean,
they leave him with little red gems that when he eats, he's
adorable.
Like, I see.
Yeah, I feel like the red gems, they're a little bit spicy for him, and he like burps little bursts of fire. We're like, maybe we don't give him those on the ship. Maybe those are only on planet.
I can agree with that. And
Reggie would burn down the ship real fast.
Yeah, only on planet, Reggie. And he shakes his head.
Yeah, because he always listens so well.
Well, then I'll hold on to them.
He's very sneaky. You have to watch out for that one.
Okay, then I'll put it in something that he needs opposable thumbs to open.
And something that he doesn't like to eat.
Peanut butter?
Yes. Reggie's one weakness, peanut butter.
I put it in peanut butter? That's so gross. Okay.
I love just the weird rules that we come up with for things sometimes, because it's just all improv. And it's just like, oh, well, the one thing that he doesn't like is peanut butter. Surprisingly. All right, so that was our one card. We did get a little bit of a late start, so normally this is about the time that we would be ending. If you would like to roll, though, we will draw a few more cards. Okay. Got our 6 cards. So we make our way to a new planet, and in between, Breckett got a 3 for our interplanetary. So 3, once again, is you make up a game, and you... Let's see, Breckett's going to decide what the rules are like. I'm gonna say that Breckett decides we can break the rules this one time, and gives him the red gems, and this time we're just like having him shoot little
She's like,
fire
what?
blasts to like. I'm gonna say that we got some bugs on the ship, and the game is Reggie kills the bugs.
It's like, do you know those people that like help their cats hunt, picking them up like go.
Exactly. That's Breckett right now, as he's holding Reggie up as he's just like burping fire at these beetles that have been flying around the ship that came on from the desert.
I've got like an extinguisher and I'm following you around.
And Rory's just filming us all for Space TikTok.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I love this. That's great. Yeah.
If you would like to roll for our first discovery, since we've got a whole 6 cards this time.
4.
Okay. So this comes up suddenly. And our first card is the Jack of Hearts. So we're in the desert again. We've got some ruins.
Oh. Okay. We found, how it's a version of the oh my god, my brain just went blank.
Words are hard.
Why did the Circle of Stones in holy
Stonehenge?
crap. Stonehenge.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Yeah. My brain just went nah. It's like a version of Stonehenge. And except it's been dug down a little bit as well. And there is it looks sort of like a fire pit in the middle. But it hasn't been used in a really long time.
Well, that's interesting.
And as you go down, because there's a way down, the walls are carved.
Oh, okay. Artemis. Your brain just made the dial-up sound. That's
it did.
Every day. Me every day. So I got a 4 on my examination. And I think I remember. Yeah, I had a detail. I'm going to say that we find the fire pit looks like it was recently used.
Ooh. I thought these were ruins.
Well, you see, Astrid, sometimes people hang out in ruins, much like we're doing right now.
No, we're investigating them and then we're going to leave. Starting a fire in them. Different.
Oh, I should probably stop starting the fire then, he says, as he was also like taking a selfie inside of these ruins.
Well, no, if you're already going to do it, go ahead.
And we take a s'mores break, make some space s'mores.
We make space s'mores. We look around, and as also we are looking around at these walls, we notice that there's actually multiple different languages kind of carved in here. And it almost looks like, where it's like Jim was here. Like different people have been doing this.
Yes. Space graffiti.
Yeah.
And Breckett definitely takes a lot of pictures and is like, this could actually be useful. Could give the Babblefish some new information, because a lot of this, it's not translating currently. So maybe we found like the space Rosetta Stone on Space Stonehenge.
Should we add our language?
Oh, I already did, but you can
oh
do your own if you want.
God. You already carved in without me?
I may have done that before we even like started the fire, but yeah, go for it.
My God, Breckett. You're not supposed to do that.
Without you, right?
Yes, that is actually the problem. And I go underneath and I write Breckett sucks.
Oh my god. Artemis's reference is too perfect. The doctor, you graffitied the oldest cliff face in the universe. River, you wouldn't answer your phone. Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, Breckett sucks. He didn't invite me to do this first. And I write a whole freaking story.
Amazing. All right, let's see. So I got a 1 on our next discovery, so we got to work a little bit. And we've got another ruin. We've got the 3 of hearts this time. This planet is just full of ruins. And 3 is by a gentle river. So we make our way out of the desert, but it takes a while. You know, we're somehow, despite being the second desert planet or desert that we landed in, not equipped for this. So like our calves are just burning from walking in the sand all this way.
Yeah.
You know, all that extra effort. And Breckett just like plops down by this river, sticks his feet in, and then like kind of starts looking around. And hey, Astrid, do you see that over there?
Water.
Yeah, no, I'm in the water. He's right here. But over there.
Wait, what? Over there.
And he like points. He points, and it looks like there's some big rocks, and just like wading through this little river, making our way over.
Whoa, bro! You just went into this river. You don't even know what lives in here. What if they had lily pads on it? That's like instant no.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You just gotta do the thing sometimes. And like as he steps out of the water, he just got like all of these little fish attached to him, and they all just like plop off and then flop their way back into the water. But yeah, it's fine. They are just friendly.
Oh yeah, okay. And I take Reggie and I just put him way up as I go across, so that he doesn't even have to get close to the water.
Of course. I mean, he's very angry about it because, you know, he wants to do the thing. But as we make our way over to what looks like some large rocks, it actually seems to be something that Breckett has seen before. It is like a doorway carved into the rock.
Where does it lead?
Well, there's only one way to find out. If you want to roll your investigation, we'll see what we can add to it.
3.
3.
What's 3?
So you get to add information about this, like a detail that you notice about the feature.
Oh, okay. A detail that I notice about the feature. It is the door itself that's carved in there. Actually, doesn't seem to go anywhere.
Okay.
It's just like you walk in, and then it stops. And I'm like, I've seen one of these before. And I'm like, come inside. As we go inside, the door will act. There is actually a door that closes on the other side of us.
Okay.
So we're now in this small, like, trapped little box. And she goes,
this was a great choice, Astrid. Thank you.
And he touches the door, and it begins to glow and pulsate this bright blue. And when it stops, the door opens again. It slides up, and we are in a different part of the planet.
Huh. You know, I've seen some of these rooms. I didn't know they did that, though.
Cool, right?
A little freaky, but hopefully we can make our way back.
Yeah, I almost peed a little the first time, but we can, if we leave and come back in, it'll take us back to there.
Well, that's good. Well, let's see what where we ended up. So I got a 5. So we're just kind of hanging out, resting. Oh my god! And we end up back in the freaking desert. I got the Jack of Spades. So
this is a desert planet. We've been on a lot of desert planets lately.
Listen, Rory is the one to blame. just blame Rory. Sometimes they go by Artemis. I don't know why. It's weird.
Artemis.
That's now canon.
Why do we
sorry, not sorry, Artemis.
Artemis. I'm sorry.
No, it's amazing. So, Jack of Spades. We're in a desert. Robot fires up. Excuse you. So it's natural phenomena. I'm gonna say, like, we come out of this doorway, and off in the distance we see this like green and blue lightning, and it seems to be like not coming down from clouds. It's like arcing up from the ground.
I want to go see where it's coming from. I take off running. I take off running immediately.
Amazing. If you want to roll for your examination, we'll see what else we find out about it.
It's a 6.
A 6. Okay. Let's see. 6 does something. Oh yeah. You get to tell us how the feature changes in some way.
When we get there, we actually see that these lightning bits are coming out of, what are those things called? Like succulents.
Oh, okay. I've never seen this. I saw it with mushrooms one time, and not because I ate them, because they were doing this like in the real world. It wasn't drugs, I promise. Okay. I think actually.
You. And I believe you.
You probably shouldn't.
I don't. I was just trying to placate you.
Ah, well, that's fair. And he's just like taking pictures of this, recording some space TikToks of the succulents.
Yeah, I've got my own.
Didn't eat those ones, Artemis. Artemis, I did not eat the sparky bad mushrooms. I ate the other kind that were drugs.
I ate the drugs.
Like you do, super casual. Nothing.
Do you want to try eating a succulent?
Oh, maybe not these ones.
Okay.
But I do still have some purple cactus in the fridge. If you wanna try that.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for that.
It definitely gets you really fucked up.
Okay. I'm also gonna let Reggie see if he investigate the flowers as well.
Yeah, Reggie immediately eats it because it's Reggie. And I feel like he starts sparking off this lightning as well.
Ooh. He's just he's jumping through the sand right now with little burps of lightning that come out, and yeah.
I love the idea. I love the idea, the red crystal, he burps out fire, but with these, instead of it coming out of his mouth, it just comes off the top of his head.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, no matter how far away he gets, it always arcs towards Breckett. Breckett's like, damn it, Reggie. kind of stings a little bit as his very short hair is all standing on end.
Yeah. As another one hits you, I'm like, look, you hurt. Look, he wants you to love him. You're his favorite.
Yeah. Something like that. As Reggie's currently chewing on Breckett's ankle.
One day you'll make a fine meal, Breckett.
Probably.
And I'll pick him back up.
He'll be the one who murders me.
Are you going to murder Breckett? And I have him in my arm, and I'm holding him like he's a baby, and I'm just like tickling his stomach. You're going to murder Breckett? Okay.
Don't encourage him.
If you see his face. Yeah.
If you want to roll for our next discovery, we'll see what else we find. See if we get the other jacks.
2.
All right. So this is another arduous journey. And we've got the 3 of diamonds. So we just had a 3 a second ago, but do I remember what it is? No. Diamonds, though. Living beings again. Oh, so by another gentle river.
Another gentle river. Okay, so we like walk around a bit and come across this river, right?
Yep.
And by the river are 2 of those frickin' red beings that we just discovered. And this is their home planet.
Oh, okay. Hello, people.
Hi. They're Flanagans.
Breckett remembers that.
Yeah, okay.
Hello. Totally remembers that. Isn't just saying words because he can't remember.
And they're very nice. They invite us to like come over and talk with them, and they're actually there's a city that's not too far from here. They're here on a picnic.
Okay. Thanks, Artemis. I heard. Just reminding me all the things. Yeah, Breckett's just like, oh, well, this is a very lovely town. And he notices that they are like eating the sparky succulents.
Yes, they are.
They're like staple food.
I love it. And then as we notice that they're eating it, there's one more like electricity burp out of Reggie.
And then we notice that they do the same thing. Like, oh, maybe we shouldn't. Thank you, but no, thank you. I think that that would be bad for us. Probably.
Yeah. But it's been a pleasure.
As we go and like basically hang out with these random people on this random planet. Totally normal.
Yeah, they're like, wow, aliens. And I'm like, hey, we're cool.
Yeah. All right, let's see what else we got. All right, this is another arduous journey. This time, we've got the Ace of Clubs. So, Ace is in a field taller than you, and clubs are plants and other immobile forms of life, which we've not had so far for whatever reason. So, in a field taller than us, I'm going to say, as we leave this city, there's just like a cliff almost. At the top of it is this field. And it is just full of... you know what? I'm going to say it looks like seaweed, but it's not underwater. Like, it's standing straight up, waving as if it were underwater. And, yeah, it's just like land seaweed.
Okay. And we're going to go through this?
I mean, sure, why not, right?
Okay.
Yes. Kayla, it's landweed.
As we walk through our landweed, it's constantly kind of like swaying in front of you or like catching you and like swaying you over like one way. It's not too rough, but you have to move with it.
Right.
Do I tell you what we find, or do you?
So I got the initial discovery. If you want to roll, we'll see what you add to it, whether we make Artemis draw more stuff. Artemis,
One.
you got to draw the landweed. Sorry, but not sorry. And Breckett is just like not understanding that you're supposed to just like go along with it. He's like trying to like force his way and be like, why am I stuck? Astrid, how are you so far ahead?
You just gotta go with the flow, Breckett.
Did you get into the mushrooms already?
No, just let them lead you through this.
I don't like this. And he just like relaxes, and then it's like he's like crowd surfing at a show, but it's just landweed, and he's just like starts floating on top of it. Like,
yeah, they
really
just pick
weird.
you up and start putting you out. Me, I'm just being like gently all the way through because I'll walk properly. These weeds are just like, get out. Get out.
Like, we don't want this stinky guy in here.
He doesn't know how to do it. At some point, Reggie has been taken by the vines and is just being gently tossed through at himself, but like very gently. They catch him. I think they're just playing with him.
Yeah, like, you know, Breckett accidentally crowd surfs. Reggie is like the beach ball at a show that's being like bounced around. And that's how we learn that he can make himself lighter. And he's just a shit who likes to be heavy whenever we pick him up.
He's never heavy when I pick him up.
Well, that's weird. All right, we've got one card left. Yeah, that would be your roll, because I rolled for the last one, so.
3.
All right. That means we come upon it suddenly. And we've got the 9 of diamonds. So we've got living creatures again. And 9 is deep underground.
Okay. You know what happens? As we get to the other end of this long seaweed, like landweed travel, at the end of that, when we're put back down, you hear the landweed grumble. Okay. And then shake. And then out from the sand, a creature begins to emerge that we were just traveling over.
Oh, what's going on?
I don't know. Good wait to find out. It was pretty nice.
Yeah, sure, yeah. So what kind of creature is coming out?
It is almost, you know what it looks? It looks almost like a reverse flump. So those those were like the bottom of the flump is where it has all the tentacles and stuff, right? That's what we just went through.
Yeah, and then I think Kayla's absolutely right. The landweed was just its hair.
Yeah. And then the out comes this like little almost gelatinous-y type body on 2 round stumps for its feet.
Sorry. I don't know what your pronouns are, creature. But my bad. Didn't mean to walk on you.
It says to you, oh no, it's fine. Quite like that. I like helping people get around. You just suck at it.
Yeah, I get that a lot, actually. Definitely not the first time Breckett's heard that.
We find out that it's actually what do we call it? We'll call it a kloof.
Makes sense. Let's see. I was really hoping I would get the one that makes Artemis draw this one. I'm
look,
gonna
I
say,
did.
yeah, I'm gonna say the feature that I notice about it is not so much about this one, but Breckett like kind of is looking around as we're talking, and there's like a dozen more of them just sort of spread out all over the place, and they all start to like kind of pop up, and they're all just sort of chatting.
They're all super friendly. They're like, hi, 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 hi,
Yeah,
I'm here too.
it's like the unicorns, but bigger and not quite as cute.
Yeah. Well, no,
And
they're very cute. They have very like cute faces with chubby cheeks. They're just really odd for us to encounter. We've never,
that's fair.
they're very
And Breckett
friendly, very cute.
Breckett just kind of like whispers to Astrid, like, "Oh, thank goodness these aren't telepathic, because I don't know if I could take any more of those unicorn songs right now."
And you hear from from the one that we're with right now, because we are. We
Oh
just think
no!
it's rude to invade people's minds without their consent.
Oh no! I was saying that with my mouth. Uh,
Yes, I know. That I'm telling you that we are.
mm, Uncomfortable. Thank you for that information. Uh, I think
But
I think we actually need to get back to our ship though. So nice meeting you.
I can take you there.
Well, okay. We did just have a lot of hiking, so that works.
And when he gets us all back on top of him, and these the seaweed or the groundweed begins to like curl around you to keep you safe.
Okay.
And as he takes like two massive jumps and then boing up into the air, and the bottom of him kind of just becomes like a parachute, and you float to where our spaceship is.
That's adorable. Breckett is absolutely panicking as we start to fly, though, because he's not a big fan of sudden acceleration like that. But then, once we like hit the parachute part, he's like, okay, this is fine. Totally
I'm
not
like,
freaking out right now.
you'll be fine, as I hang myself off with one of these weeds to watch the ground.
Right. It's like the person who loves roller coasters versus the person who hates them.
Yeah. And I'm
Amazing.
like
What a
completely
last
dangling.
card.
It was good.
Yeah, so that was our last card for this planet. Even though we don't have like a time limit, we are at about an hour ish. So I think that's probably a pretty good place for us to call it for the day. So, do you have anything you want to plug before we head off?
Oh, sure. Hi, everybody. Again, I'm Jessica. I go by ISneezeStars online. If you would like to see any of our games, because we stream weekly, you can find me at D and Denial. I run a game Monday nights. I'm going to be playing in a Shadowrun game Tuesday nights, and then we have a whole bunch of other games throughout the week. It's been fun being here.
Yeah, thanks for coming. It's been a blast. We always have like weird random things that are different for each person. So I always like to see like what everyone's going to bring to it, and I was not expecting most of that actually. uh are you in the chat right now? Did you see Artemis's message?
Where is it? Sneeze. Do you have anyone you want to raid? No one I know is on right now, so go for it.
I was gonna say there's also Black Girl Gamers is on right now, if we wanted to mix it up. But Gooey Cube's always a good option.
Yeah, no one I know is on right now.
Yeah. Either way, well, thanks for coming. It's been fun, and thanks everybody for coming and watching. And I'm gonna move us over to our outro, but stick around for the raid because that's the thing we're gonna do. Bye.
Bye.